First question we got. How much does a divorce consultation cost?
I practice in New York State, and it's pretty standard here to have a fee for consultations. And in New York, that ranges from a couple hundred to whatever the attorney's customary hourly rate is. But let me say this. Some law firms do offer free consultation, but my experience from talking to a lot of law firm owners and watching how other law firms run their firms as a business, those tend to be exploratory calls where the firm is trying to qualify the client. Do they have the right kind of case in the right area geographically that that law firm serves? And is the client feeling like a good fit for the firm? So my feeling is that if you're getting a free consultation, the firm is trying to feel the client out more than give the client useful, informative, legal, strategic advice. So at my firm, we generally prefer to do the paid consultation because whether or not that client ends up hiring our firm to represent them, they walk out with our understanding the facts of their situation and some clear direction and guidance on potential legal strategies and answers to their legal questions. And so they walk out with value as opposed to us taking their temperature to see if we want them as a client.
That's interesting. I never heard that way before because I know in the beginning our biggest fear is how much is this going to cost me? Should I just take the free consult? And you're saying that you'll get more out of talking to one. I even hear some attorneys say, talk to a few attorneys, get to know who is the best fit for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're shopping for any services, including professional services that come at, let's be real, a significant price tag if you're going to go through a divorce. There's a cost associated with that. That consumers, aka clients or potential clients, have the right to interview the particular firm or attorney that they're considering and ask about their experience, their settlement rate, their success rate at trial, the average cost from start to finish of a divorce, et cetera, and then just get a feel if that firm has the right personality fit for you. I mean, some people are really looking for the go for the juggler type of law firm approach or style. There's nothing wrong with that. It just tends to be more unpleasant and more costly typically. And others want a law firm that's going to quickly and efficiently try to be a problem solver and get their matter settled and avoid the trial. So I think you should feel out the right law firm for you. So there's nothing wrong with getting more than one opinion. If you were going to have an important medical procedure with a specialist you had never engaged before, you'd probably interview a couple of doctors before you got that procedure performed on you. And it's no different when you're choosing a lawyer.
Is there one common mistake that you see when people come in for their consultations that you would advise people to be a little bit more prepared, or something that you see people doing on that first meeting that they could improve?
I think if the lawyer is talking more than the client in the very first meeting or consultation, or whether it's your first meeting with the lawyer as your first legal strategy session, that should be a red flag, because the first contact with a client should be the attorney really trying to understand the client's history and situation and what's motivating the client. What are their goals? What are they trying to accomplish? And what are their expectations? And I guess at that point, it's probably a good point for an attorney to test the client's expectations for reasonableness. So if a client came in and said, I've been in a marriage for 40 years and I want to walk out with everything, I would have to do some expectation setting under those circumstances, because in most situations, there's not one person gets 100% and the other gets zero in a divorce situation, no matter what jurisdiction you're in. No, there's exceptions to that for sure, but that's the kind of point where I wouldn't want a client to hire me or my firm if they had expectations that I thought were unattainable, because we are setting ourselves up for an unhappy attorney-client relationship if we can't deliver on their expectations, or we can't get their expectations in line with what we think are realistic outcomes.
That's very helpful. Manage your expectations.